are now going to welcome a company from Spain. Let me tell you a little bit about them. AppLivery is a disruptive device management platform that is helping organizations better manage and secure their corporate devices. All of our startups, remember, they have 3 minutes on the clock, and then they have a maximum of 2 searching, insightful, probing, difficult questions, or maybe easy questions, who knows, from our jury. But the questions can be very good. They can find the gaps and help fill in all the details. So, my dear friends, you're in for a treat. And we need to give a very warm, very loud, next big thing, welcome to our first pitcher of the day. They are the founder and CEO of AppLivery. Give it up for Cesar Trigo. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today, we're in the middle of the digital age where cybersecurity threats are affecting companies of any size. Just for a second, imagine a world where every employee is empowered with the tools they need, every device is secured, and every business operates at peak efficiency. That's a world AppLivery is creating. In 2023 alone, data breaches affected more than 343 million individuals, with the frequency of cyber attacks skyrocketing by 238% and affecting mainly small and medium businesses. Actually, the average cost of a data breach in large enterprises is around $4.5 million. Additionally, employees are more and more embracing devices at work, and not only corporate devices, but also personal ones, making it difficult for IT managers to deal with that situation. Actually, fewer than 60% of devices are updated in a timely manner. And that's how Gartner describes the current situation, that it's being led by other legacy players. So we believe that the question is not how, but when you will be facing the next cybersecurity challenge, and are you prepared for that moment? That's why we created AppLivery, a unified endpoint management tool and security platform that is designed to manage and protect every device for every use case from a single platform. We focus on 4 main aspects. First, with a unique business-oriented approach beyond the IT needs. Second, by being the fastest and easiest to implement platform in the market. Third, by improving business operations. And last, with a deep technology that is helping organizations securing and protecting devices from day 0. We have a very easy-to-understand business model that it's based on the number of devices and it scales with your business. And it's combined with other revenue streams. So far, we have created an awesome team that is present here of industry experts that are already leading this project with me. And so far, our journey is awesome. We managed to close deals with 120 customers, and not POCs, big corporations that are working with us on real projects, and also with 25 partners that are helping us grow in a sustainable way. And we managed to close a seed funding round of $1 million last year. Next, we will focus on continue expanding our partners network across other regions, also leveraging our brand as a global player in the market. And we are on track for a projected annual recurrent revenue of $1 million this year. So, as you can see, by choosing AppLivery, businesses are not just keeping up with the digital age. They are leading it more securely, agilely, and efficiently. So join us as well on this exciting journey. Thank you.
Cesar, muy bien. Oh my goodness, that was so good. You brought that in on the second.
Yeah, I saw it.
But I won't take up any of the judges' time. Do we have any questions already? That was a strong opening gambit. Yes, sir. If we could get a microphone. Do we have the microphone? Yes, we do indeed. Thank you so much. With our trained Olympic microphone athletes. Yes, sir. Could you introduce yourself to the room so people know who you are?
Thank you very much. It was a great presentation. I have a question. What is your secret sauce here? What prevents someone else to do exactly the same thing with way more money? And thank you.
Thanks. So basically, we are doing it faster and easiest for the IT managers. Implementing the platforms of our competitors are taking months. In our case, normally it takes days. And that's making the difference. Additionally, we are combining other products that are around the solution in terms of cybersecurity, in terms of providing additional control, remote control, and additional features, for instance, AI capabilities to help IT administrators simplify daily tasks. And combining all those things, we are gaining the competition.
Fabulous first question, thank you. Do we have question number 2? There is a limit of, yes, sir. Brilliant, if we can get the mic over to my friend over there. Thank you.
Just one question. Several of the breaches that can occur when you do the device management are on, if the policy is bring your own devices, on personal apps, not corporate apps. How can you deal with that?
Thank you for that question. So basically, apart from managing the entire device, we have another solution that is allowing organizations split the device into pieces so that we enable bring your own devices scenarios. Basically, personal devices can be enabled with corporate applications at the same time, but the company remains with control over the corporate side while the personal side remains personal and private.
Amazing. And what a perfect 2 questions there. Our minutes are up. One more time, a big round of applause to our first pitcher at Livery. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Okay, a strong opening salvo there from App Livery. Remember, our judges are literally at this second marking App Livery based on innovation, scalability, team viability, and investability. I always think it's so interesting the questions they ask, they get under the pitch. Now we are going to move on to our next hopeful. Our next company is called Aquarius, and they empower businesses to unlock superior application efficiency through the innovative use of quantum computing. Oh my goodness, interesting stuff, next level stuff. My dear friends, please welcome their CEO to the stage. He is Michael Lachner. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Michael. I'm CEO and co-founder of Aquarius. And today, I'll talk about a technology that will fundamentally change the world. Imagine your home, your community, being devastated overnight. That's what happened in 2021 in Germany, when catastrophic floods cost 40 billion euros in damages and left thousands of families in despair. By 2050, climate change alone could cost the world $38 trillion annually. And that's just one of many complex challenges we face, including in healthcare, logistics, or finance. Solving such problems often requires immense compute power, overwhelming even our most powerful supercomputers. Now imagine a computer solving in minutes what today's supercomputers take years. That's the power of quantum computing, a revolutionary technology leveraging quantum mechanics to process information exponentially faster. But harnessing this technology requires specialized knowledge, a multidisciplinary team, and years of costly R&D. At Aquarius, we changed that. We provide a quantum computing platform to help you solve your toughest computational challenges more efficiently. Our platform, Luna, makes quantum computing accessible and practical for anyone, regardless of quantum expertise. So let me show you how simple it is to use Luna. Here's a logistics scenario, optimizing delivery routes across multiple cities. On large scales, traditional computers struggle with this, but Luna makes it possible. You simply select your cities, choose the quantum approach, submit it to the platform, and soon later, retrieve your optimal route. For our programmers here, it's just these few lines of code. With Luna, anyone in this room can use a quantum computer, and what once took weeks to compute can be solved in potentially minutes, saving businesses millions every year. While quantum computing is still in an earlier stage of development, experts like McKinsey predict it will turn into a multi-billion-dollar industry. But already today, we're helping businesses gain a competitive edge and be fully prepared when quantum becomes mainstream, generating 6-digit revenue through our consulting services alone. And our expertise is already trusted by industry leaders like SAP, BASF, or E.ON. In 2 weeks, we're launching our subscription-based SaaS platform, bringing the power of quantum computing to developers working on life-saving medicines, efficient supply chains, or sustainable energy solutions. Aquarius stands out with its unique algorithms, our user-friendly interface, and our foundation, as a spin-off from the University of Munich, one of the world's top quantum research institutes, giving us access to cutting-edge research and expertise. Just like in AI, a ChatGPT moment for quantum computing is coming. Many innovative companies are already embracing the technology, so don't risk falling behind. Join us in revolutionizing industries and solving the world's most pressing problems. Visit our stand today to see how Aquarius can transform your business and keep you ahead of competition. Thank you for your attention.
Fabulous stuff all the way from Germany. Michael Lachner, the CEO. But what did our judges think? Do we have any questions from the front row straight away? Yes, my friend. Again, we have our trained Olympic mic athlete coming over to you. Thank you.
Hi, thank you very much. I believe in quantum computing. I'm in the board of a company that is doing quantum computing as a service. So fantastic. It's great to see what is going on. My question is, your algorithm, are you guys the one that are doing it, or you are counting on external PhD to create those algorithms? And the hardware, do you have access to hardware? Because every 6 months, it's obsolete. The quantum computer is obsolete every 6 months. How do you deal with that?
Wonderful question. Regarding the software and algorithms, so we develop them ourselves in-house. So of course we give access to existing algorithms that researchers all across the world have developed and published, but we also develop our in-house IP-based algorithms. Regarding hardware, we don't have hardware in-house. We provide cloud access to other hardware vendors out there, but we do have individual contracts with them to the extent where it's currently possible. But you're right, it's still in an earlier R&D phase, but we're currently working on the business models to make quantum computers accessible to businesses as well in the next couple of years.
All right, fabulous. 40 seconds on the clock. Do we have one more question? We do not have to have two questions. But yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I would love to know how is the go-to-market strategy, and how do you sell your product to your client?
Yes. So as I said, in 2 weeks, we're launching the first version of our platform to some selected partners. At the end of the year, we want to publicly launch the platform. And in addition to all of these quantum algorithms that we provide, we also provide classical solutions in the specific fields that we operate in to make the platform already be usable in production today and to make it easier to transition to quantum algorithms once quantum actually hits the market.
Thank you very much.
Two fantastic questions. Great stuff from Aquarius. A big round of applause. Once more time from Michael Lechner. Thank you. Brilliant. All right, every time I do this, I've been lucky enough to do this quite a few times now, and every time I just want all of the pitchers to get all of the prizes, but we know it's not possible, but it's actually this front row who has the difficult decision to choose the best of the best of the best. Speaking of which, we are going to continue with our pitches, and up next we have a company from Spain. Their name is Consentio, and they digitize the business relationships between the growers and the food retailers of the fresh produce supply chain, addressing traceability, transparency, and ESG concerns. My friends, we're delighted to welcome to the stage. Please bring him on with a big round of applause, the co-founder of Consentio. Give it up for Vincent Rosso. Thank you.
Thanks. If we run a food quiz, you guys run a food quiz with your kids and ask them to choose between pizza and broccoli, I'm sure the winner will be pizza. If you do the same thing between choco, brownie, and apple, well, let me guess, I think they will pick the brownie as well. There's no doubt that our kids actually like a lot junk food, but we know that in the long run, this is something that fresh produce is actually much more beneficial for them to have on a daily basis. Just like you guys, I realized during COVID-19 that our food system was very, very weak and could disappear overnight. Could you imagine one sec that how miserable will be our life if living without fresh produce? Hi, I'm Vincent. We're building Consentio, the food supply chain operating system that secures the supplies of fruit and vegetables between growers and retailers. Why is it necessary? Because 1/3 of the production is actually wasted and never reach any grocery store. Because the trading with the retailer is actually not optimized enough. The matching between offer and demand is actually done manually by people. And last and not the least, most of the product comes with no traceability and no transparency. This is why the solution is a SaaS centralized trade platform where the retailers can trade daily their fruit and vegetable business with their most trusted produce suppliers within a network of trusted suppliers. It's a model that's actually been able to deploy over different territories successfully, involving different retailers and hundreds of suppliers. And today, we kind of a growing of 15% monthly with the objective to reach 4 million, 5 million at the end of the year. If our activity can be measured on top of those bragging numbers by the number of trucks that could transport annually the fresh and produce that, if put together, could actually make a chain of 500 kilometers of fruit and vegetables. We're a team of 25 persons operating in 4 countries, 2 continents, and we're looking for between 3 to 5 millions to actually execute internationally our mechanical activity. And for sure, more than ever, making sure that the mission to execute and making that your local favorite retail store has all the food, quality, trace for your children. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and kudos to you, Vincent, for bringing that in a luxurious 10 seconds ahead of time. I feel like we can relax now. No, I'm just kidding. We have 2 questions from our judges, a maximum of 2 questions. Who'd like to jump in first? Any questions? Now, it is possible that all of the points were answered. Do we have a hand up? Yes. Thank you, my man. Brilliant.
Thank you for the presentation. I wanted to know a little bit more about your business model. Like, who is your client? How much margin do you get per transaction?
Yeah, the business model is a SaaS platform, so we charge the suppliers and we also charge the retailers.
Great, nice, quick questions. Look at that, quick fire round. Do we have one more question? We do not have to have one more question. Yes, sir, thank you. If we could, again, our Olympic-trained athletes are ready with the mics. Yes, thank you.
Just one question in terms of your operations. Aren't they pretty regional? So don't you have significant costs when you have to approach a new region to get those, particularly the suppliers?
Well, we need to, the expansions, if I understand correctly, the question is like international expansion go through retailer acquisition first, and then after that we got the capacity to engage with their suppliers. And that's why we can actually grow mechanically over different regions.
Excellent. And I'm afraid your time is up. Those are the 2 questions. My dear friends, please give a big round of applause to Vincent Rosso. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias. Okay, once again, as our judges dive into their customly configured iPads, beaming their scores up to the South Summit mothership, we are going to be selecting a winner of this category from the pitches that you see today. The winner goes through to the grand finale tomorrow on the big stage. Very, very, very exciting stuff. So we are going to move swiftly on with our next hopeful. The company is called exportmanager.ai. They are a company from Spain, and they are an AI-powered co-pilot that allows companies from the F&B and beauty sectors to optimize their international markets strategies. Very interesting stuff. We're delighted to have their international growth director join us on the stage and give you his very best shot for the next 3 minutes. My dear friends, please join me in welcoming Eduardo Casado. Thank you. Muy bien. Good.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming. I hope you have enough coffee for this afternoon. A couple of months ago, we saw in the newspapers that the Spanish wines, they were #1 selling on the online channel in China, ahead of French wines. The problem is the French, they don't have Export Manager AI, and also the Spanish ones, they are very good. What we're going to present today is why we're here. We're here because when I talk to export, marketing, and sales managers, they have all similar problems. It's difficult for them to get good information. It's difficult for them to analyze this information. And finally, how to combine all this information with their own inside information. What we told them is, here, we have the solution. The solution is this Export Manager AI. It's a 24/7 co-pilot with artificial intelligence that gives them superpowers to these teams and help them to export more products. We have a business model based on subscription. different levels depending on the amount of data that we have to work on. And our magic, what's our magic? We have been for 3 years working on obtaining data from offline and online sources. We have trained our software to get inside information from the company and combine all these with our artificial intelligence. And all these we don't share with anyone else. How do we go to the market? We sign strategic agreements with industry associations, with government associations, institutions, and then we go to events like this one, trade events, and also we release from time to time information to the market. We have the big 4 consulting companies that have very good skills. We have some companies like Nielsen that have a lot of data. We mix all of them, and we provide all this information with our dashboard or now with our AI. The team, if you see on the left side, we have been working in more than 4 continents, more than 12 countries, developing companies from Australia to China to France to the US to South America. And on the right side, we have the brains, this PhD on AI, these engineers on data analysis. Here, 2 things I would like to highlight. The first one is by the next quarter, we're going to reach our break-even. And 2027, we expect to go close to 5 million in revenue. This is our milestone. We got a couple of financing, and now we're looking for a financing of 750,000.
Disculpe. I'm so sorry. Okay, you got to the money part. That's excellent. Can we have a round of applause for Eduardo from exportmanager.ai? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm so sorry. We have to be really good on the timing. Just so it's kind of the same for everyone. Right, speaking of which, our judges have a maximum of 2 questions in 2 minutes. Who wants to go first?
Any questions?
Do we have any questions? Now, it is possible that Eduardo answered all of the questions already. That does happen sometimes. That can be a very interesting sign, because it means there was a lot of good information. Okay, we're going once with the questions, going twice with the questions, and that's a wrap, my friends. A big round of applause. One more time for Eduardo Casado, exportmanager.ai. Okay, thank you very much. And again, apologies for interrupting, but we do have to keep it fair for everybody, as I'm sure you understand. Now, our judges, they've already put their scores into the South Summit mothership. We are going to move swiftly on. Now, remember, we're at the next big thing stage where there is no such thing as a food coma. We're going to move on right now. Our next company is called If Returns, and they're from here in beautiful Spain, a country I'm honored to call my home. The tagline is, they are transforming returns into new sales, 1 client at a time. Fascinating stuff. We are delighted to have their CEO join us on the stage today. Please join me in welcoming Galo de Reina. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Galo, CEO and co-founder of If Returns. If Returns helps brands and retailers reduce the impact of returns and helping them be more sustainable and more profitable. Returns has a huge impact in the environment. Actually, every second, a truck full load of goods is going to be thrown in a landfill or even burned. And normally, that happens in the most poorest countries in the world. But not only that, it's affecting the P&L of most retailers and brands. 80% of the value is at risk, and it's $1 trillion problem. I mean, imagine the value of the whole economy of Spain. So why we are the first post solution, 360 solution, that wants to reduce the impact of returns. First, by preventing returns. That's the first and most obvious. Second, when they happen, the returns, we want to reduce the impact. And third, we want to recover the value from that. We are a platform that orchestrates the whole process and the whole stakeholders in the post-sale solution with 4 models. The first one is a customized portal that helps experience the user the returns. The second one is the logistic platform that is going to optimize the process. And the third one is a e-commerce platform. And all of them are managed by a 4th model that is the intelligent engine. How it works? We have workflows, intelligent workflows that are going to recommend exchanges, new products, when a return happens, or even store credit. To reduce refund, this is the best and the first objective. And not only that, we have an AI algorithm that is going to propose new products so we can generate cross-sale. We optimize also the processes with our logistic platform that is going to decide where is the best place for the good to come. And at the end of that, when it arrives to the warehouse, we are going to propose and it's going to help define the best channel, the best price, and the best place to be sold the new product, and to also refurbish. So we work with the best brands, not only in fashion, also in luxury, electronics, and furniture. And the key thing is that we optimize both. There are people that optimize the user path and others that optimize the product path. We optimize both. This is the key difference. And yes, we use AI to do that. 100 million we want to receive in 3 years. Already 100 million in GMV. The best team with 30 years of experience in retail and in generating products. And yes, in these 3-4 minutes that we have been talking, 250 trucks have been thrown to a landfill. Let's try to solve this. Let's try to do it. I need your help too.
Muy bien, Galo de Reina from If Returns. But do our judges have any more questions? I mean, yes, we have a question straight away from the young man on the end. Thank you.
Hello, thank you. Aitor Almendros from Cardomen Capital. I wanted to understand, when you are in front of a retailer, what is their biggest concern?
Their biggest concern? This is a good question, and if you, as you know, we are in the enterprise side. When you talk with retailers, you have to know which are the stakeholders you are talking to, and it's different. Actually, our solution is composable to be able to solve the 3 problems. If you talk with the CDO, the digital officer, the main problem for them is to reduce the gross sales from the net sales and to recover revenue. And that's also for the CEO. If you start talking with the COO, probably the most important problem for them is how to reduce costs. So it's going to depend on the stakeholder you're talking to. And actually, if you're talking with a CFO, it's the excess of stock that they have to manage. So depending, when you are talking with enterprises guys, it's very important who is the stakeholder you are talking to and who are you selling the product.
Excellent question. We have a luxurious 46 seconds on the clock for the next question. Thank you.
Hi, hello, Galo. Miguel Bagulho from Bright Pixel. So we've met before.
Yes.
Sorry, I forget the question.
We have 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah, of course. You said your focus is the enterprise, right?
Yes.
You have guys like Narvar, very well funded, big ones. So what's kind of your chances there fighting these kind of guys?
Actually, there are not only Narvar, as you have seen in the competitor slide, there were like people that are optimizing the user path, that's Narvar. Someone are optimizing the product path, like OTRG or Optoro. The key here are 2 keys. I mean, how do you create a product that is modular so you can solve the problems and you can offer the key piece, as I answer the question first, and then the go-to-market, how you are going to manage the go-to-market. Since you start entering in enterprises in Europe, before the competition, it's going to be very difficult for them to enter. So now it's also a key factor, the go-to-market, and how you position it yourself.
Muy bien. That was absolutely perfect. My dear friends, show your big appreciation for Galo de Reina. Thank you. Okay, wonderful stuff. Our judges gathering their thoughts about If Returns. Just a little reminder, we're halfway through here. Please do feel free to reach out to the speakers, reach out to myself on LinkedIn, find them on the wonderful South Summit app. It tells you where all the parties are tonight, and I hope to see you there. It's really thirsty work, so I think it's important that we all have a little cerveza a bit later, okay? I mean, I am Irish. I would have to give my passport back if I didn't say that, but that's just how we roll. Okay, we're going to move on to the next picture, and this is a company from beautiful Spain. The company name is Imperia, and they are a SaaS solution for optimizing SME supply chains, facilitating the transition to Industry 4.0. My dear friends, I'm delighted to introduce to the stage the CEO of Imperia. Please welcome Alvaro Bernabé. Thank you. Nice.
Well, hello everyone, and thanks for having me here today on stage. Before starting, I wanted to make an statement in the importance of supply chain in today's world. I'm sure many of you in this room wouldn't even bother buying a pair of shoes with a missing component, with missing laces. I mean, you could go to buy it from another brand or another shop. The thing is, the complexity to bring these shoes here today is really hard in the supply chain. There are a lot of components and materials involved in making these shoes, and all come from different parts of the world and suppliers. And any little event can actually break the supply chain. I'm sure if you have seen the news lately, you have seen lots of events impacting the supply chains worldwide, like the COVID-19. I'm sure you saw the big event blocking the Suez Canal and the recent attacks to ships in the Red Sea. And these are just a few examples of the last 5 years that's impacted supply chains, but also that have made actually the missing laces. But that's not all. This global world actually makes that cost efficiency is key, and also not having your product on time can make you lose sales. So in short, not having a resilient and efficient supply chain means death for most companies in the world right now. And that's where our solution comes in, supply chain planning, or SCP. It's able to forecast accurately the sales of our customers and calculate a precise production and procurement plan, all governed by the S&OP cycle. This enables our customers to be proactive in the supply chain and not reactive to these kind of events. We are changing the software enterprise industry by completely blending our approach to the SME market, making a really cheap starting point of 350 euros per month, and then increasing the value through what we call plugins. These plugins increase the complexity and the functionalities of the software, but just only where the customer really needs it. This is really suitable for those long-tail companies ranging from 10 to 100 million euros in revenue. And this is the key of how we are going to win the SME market. Starting from a really low entry price point, get into the customer, and then expand with high-value software of plugins. We launched SCP in June of 2023. We raised a seed round of 3 million in March of this year, and we surpassed 1 million ARR in April of this year. We want to finish the year in 2.3 million ARR, go international to a couple of countries by the end of this year, and raise a Series A round of 50 million starting 2025. This has been possible thanks to our team of 45 people and the support of our investors. We are currently in more than 75 companies and 10 countries, and together we can change the supply chain industry to not make sales change, to have no missing sales. Thanks.
Bravo! Fantastic. Good catch.
Good throw.
Muy bien. I thought I was about to catch that with my head. I mean, that's the hardest part of my body. It's a good thing too. Okay, that was Imperia. This is Alvaro. Do we have any questions from the esteemed panel of judges? Yes, sir. And again, our Michael is coming over there. What's your question?
Thank you for your presentation. I'm Victor from Yellow. I wanted to ask you, given how undigitalized and fragmented and the low ACVs that you start with your clients, how you're thinking about go-to-market at scale? Is there anything that you can build, or partnerships, or anything that you can do to avoid direct sales at scale? I mean, when you're doing, say, 5 to 10 million ARR, how do you think about go-to-market there?
Yes, right now our go-to-market is just outbound sales. We started working on inbound, and we haven't yet explored partnerships. The thing is, we think it's a really suitable also channel for this type of customers, because as the SME market is really fragmented, also the partners are really fragmented. There are really small boutiques that are able to get to these type of companies. We have already worked with a couple of them, but not going for them, but they come to us to offer this kind of software. We think it's a good channel. We haven't explored it already, but we think that's going to be key, that an inbound marketing is going to be key for scaling the company from 5 to 10 million.
All right, there's 25 questions, 25 seconds on the clock, which is not a lot of time. Do we have the quickest question from our judges, or is that all the questions? Going once, going twice. A big round of applause for the man with the shoes, Alvaro Bernabe from Imperia. Thank you. Okay, excellent. We are going to move swiftly on. Bonus points to everyone who's got themselves a South Summit fan. It is, yes, quite an invigorating warmth about this venue, I have to say. As an Irishman, I am getting used to it. I've lived in Spain for 8 years, but it's a slow process. Okay, my dear friends, we are going to move on to our next startup. This is a company called Invopop. They are from beautiful Spain, and they help global software companies issue invoices in any country. Very important stuff. We are delighted to welcome to the stage. Please bring him on with a big round of applause. He is the CEO of Invopop, Juan Molina Malax Echevarria.
All right. Hello, I'm Juan, the co-founder of Invopop. And at Invopop, we help companies issue invoices in more than 20 countries with one single tool. But if I tell you that, you probably will say, Juan, an invoice is just a PDF, right? What's so complex about it? Well, invoices used to be just PDFs, but that is about to change. In fact, in the next 3 years, more than 40 countries will require what's called electronic invoicing. This means that every business must report every sale to the tax authority in real time. So think about it. I'm going to say that again. Every business in Spain will need to report every sale to the tax authority in real time. In fact, that already happens in countries like Mexico, India, Brazil, or even Italy, and it's coming to Europe in the next years. Spain, and I'm missing one, and Germany in 2025, France, Poland, and Belgium in 2026, and the whole European Union by 2030. Okay, so how do global companies deal with this today? Let's take the example of one of our customers, Amenities. Amenities is a booking platform for hotels that operates in 40 countries and issues 100,000 monthly transactions. Without Invopop, they would need to integrate with 40 different local providers to comply with the invoicing. With Invopop, they only need one product. By integrating our API, Amenities is already complying with 24 different requirements. And they also get access to this beautiful tool where they can manage all of their invoices, suppliers, and customers from one single place. Now, even more, let's say Amenities wanted to open a new country, or change the way they operate and get a Slack message when there's an error on an invoice. Well, thanks to Invopop's workflow engine, they can do all of this with just a couple of clicks. We started in 2023, and we already count with 20 customers and 500 merchants issuing invoices globally. We have companies like Fever, Sunday, or Amenities, who just don't want to worry about local compliance and choose to just integrate with us. All of this wouldn't be possible without our stellar team, my co-founder Sam, who was the founding CTO of Cabify. Actually, that's how we learned about this problem. Luismi, who was the engineering manager, Java Talent, or Javier and Mario, who have been building stellar products for years. Finally, what is next for Invopop? We believe that the current finance stack is just scattered across too many tools that don't speak to each other, are just ugly, and nobody likes using. So that's why we're building what we call the Invoice Operating System. A set of modern, beautiful tools integrated with each other thanks to our open source, universal electronic invoice format. This is Invopop, and we won't stop until we make invoices great again. Thank you.
Fantastic. Juan Molina Malax Echevarria finishing with a luxurious 20 seconds on the clock. But we are moving straight on to the first question.
Hola, Juan. Nice to see you again. So when you think about the broader market and some of the incumbents, right, in payments like Stripe, in pricing like Chargebee, or in tax automation like Fonoa, it would be kind of a natural step for them to go towards what you're doing. Why aren't they doing it, and why are you better?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's almost like we staged that one because, so actually Chargebee is one of the partners we first integrated with. So Chargebee, whenever they see this problem, for whoever doesn't know, Chargebee is a subscription management platform. So they issue invoices in many countries. They just encountered this problem. They're like, oh, so I now need to comply with 40 different requirements. So they came up to us, and we now are signing a partnership for them to issue Invopop to issue their invoices. Same for Stripe. You touch on other players, like, for example, Fonoa is specifically focused on these. The ERPs are obviously going to get into these. So there's going to be competition, but it's quite complex to do this in 24 countries like we do.
All right, 50 seconds. Thank you for the first question. Is there a question number 2 from our esteemed panel of expert judges in the front row? I am searching the high seas of the front row of the judges, and I think the answer to that is no. All the questions have been answered. One more time, a big round of applause. Juan Molina Malax Echevarria from Invopop. Thank you. Okay, our judges are gathering their thoughts. They're beaming them up to the South Summit mothership, where the scores will be calculated very, very soon indeed. If you are finding this session really exciting, remember to share the love, take some photographs, share it on LinkedIn, use the hashtag SouthSummit24. Let's get the whole world excited about what's happening in Le Nave right now. Speaking of which, we're going to move on to our next picture. The company is called Personify XP, and they provide anonymous real-time analytics and personalization in a platform that helps understand and segment website visitors and dynamically updates these segments as the user browses. Fascinating stuff. We are going to invite to the stage the VP of Solutions for Personify XP. Give a big round of applause to Mike Tomaras. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike. I come to you from the UK. I'm the VP of Solutions for Personify XP. So basically what we do is we're doing real-time anonymous personalization. How we do it? Now we're slowly moving on to a 100% cookieless environment on the web browsers, and we're tackling this with the AI solution that we provide. We're the tool of many marketers and many UX designers for really big retail websites out there. And what we do is we are creating real-time behavior segmentation, and then we're using these segments in order to personalize the website in real time as well. So as the users are browsing the website of our retailers and the content websites as well, we are creating personas. These personas then get plugged into our platform and generate the next best solution for the website at the point. So let's say that we have a homepage. We know where the user came from, or we know the exact next move of the user. So we predict that, and we change up the UX in real time and decide before the user decides that. So this helps increase all the KPIs in the websites. We are 100% seamless. We can plug in seamlessly with all the CMS and CDP platforms out there. So we are helping our customers generate more than 8 million in revenue per year, and we are averaging more than 12% in conversion rate. We do that by designing UX and UI solutions for our clients, and this is what separates us from our competitors. So we are a platform that does AI personalization accessible to every customer that we work with. We just need 60 to 90 days to plug in to any. It doesn't depend on the scale of the retailer that we work with. So we just need 60 to 90 days, and you will start seeing the results. Thank you for your time.
Big round of applause. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. Mike Tomaras winning an unofficial award for the quickest pitch yet, but time is not up. We are going straight over to our judges. Do our judges have any questions based on that short pitch? We can see they are putting their thoughts into the South Summit motherships in the specially procured iPads. Going once with the questions. Yes, we have a question from a man there in the very stylish braces, bonus points. Do we have any of our microphone athletes? Yes, we do indeed. Thank you so much. Okay.
We've seen a lot of companies now enter into personalization space, particularly for big brands.
Yeah.
How are you going to differentiate versus big brands in the market?
Okay, so we are more of a personalization agency. So we sit down, we have workshops with the client, and then we build out a detailed roadmap on how we're going to use our AI, which is built in-house. So how we're going to use the platform in order to augment the behavior, the UX and UI of the website. So we're using the AI, but we're not just doing that. We're implementing in I think, over 25 UX use cases on our clients' websites of how we personalize the UX. So from the homepage up to the details page, the checkout process, we can personalize the whole experience of the website. And of course, then we can plug into the CDP platforms and use the behavioral data on marketing, on emails, and stuff like that. So we're sort of engaging all the end-to-end solutions.
All right, a great question. Thank you so much. We have 30 seconds exactly for one more question, but of course there does not have to be one more question. One question is enough. Going once, going twice. My dear friends, please show your appreciation for Mike Tamaras. Thank you. Wonderful. Thanks so much. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, my goodness, these are exciting times. We are seeing some great solutions on the stage. And as I said earlier, the folks with the most difficult job are all of our pitchers and all of our judges. Because my goodness, how do you pick a winner out of these legends who are coming to the stage and delivering pitch after excellent pitch? I don't know. That's why I'm not a judge. Okay, we're going to move on with our next pitcher, our penultimate pitcher. This is a company from beautiful Spain, and the tagline is, we extract key insights from voicemails, emails, phone calls, and automatically fill your CRM. Very cool indeed. The company name is Piper, and we are delighted to welcome their co-founder, Sergio Gonzalez. Please give it up for Sergio. Thank you.
I recently found a list, the 10 most painful tortures in human history. It included pulling your teeth, the CIA methods in Guantanamo, and even watching an entire baseball game to the end. But topping the list, filling out your CRM. But there's something even worse. Dealing with salespeople complaining all day long about filling their CRM. Hi, my name is Sergio, and I've been enduring this pain for the past 15 years, leading sales operations at companies like Google, Twitter, and Stripe. This is Rodrigo. We like to hang out to discuss startup ideas. At his previous startup, he managed a team of 700 sales closers who complained all day long about the sales CRM. And Rodrigo says, what if we could build a system of record for sales without salespeople having to do it? What if AI did it? So we go and speak with an AI expert, Michele, who at the time was the CTO of the unicorn Job and Talent. Can we do this, Michele? Semplicissimo. And that's how Rodrigo, Michele, and I started Piper. Improving CRMs has huge potential. Companies spend over $100 billion annually on CRM licenses. CRMs are indispensable for running sales, as they store key client data and interactions. One tiny problem, the ones doing it, the ones storing the data are salespeople who spend 20% of their time doing it. Imagine unlocking all this human potential. At Piper, we found a way to do this. But how? Simply put, I'm just going to move faster. Oh, yeah. Simply put, Piper joins your sales conversations, understands what's going on, and fills your sales CRM. Can this work? Fuck yes. What our customers report? 50% decrease in time spent on the CRM, 30% increase in sales activity, a 20% increase in close rates, a 50% improvement in forecasting accuracy. So sales directors, I'm looking at you now. End your team's suffering. Get perfect data. Sign up now at piperai.com. Thank you very much.
Hey, Sergio Gonzalez from Piper, the co-founder, bringing it well within the time. And now we have a bit of time for our judges if they would like to ask any questions. Now, yes, we have a question straight away. Thank you.
Hi, Sergio. Nice to see you. So, also looking at the broader space in the US, right, there are big incumbents that have been automating sales for a very long time, like Gong or Clary. You claim that your main USP is the full pipeline automation and the AI sales assistance. What prevents them from incorporating this?
Yes, they could very well do this. We believe it's not in their strategy. Gong focuses on improving your bottom line by helping salespeople sell more. It's more of a coaching play. We don't see any signs of them moving into full CRM automation. That requires a different set of experiences and focus. In the case of Clary, they focus really on forecasting. They focus really on enterprise. I believe what makes us very different is that we're trying to help the salespeople do their jobs better. And by doing this, we actually help the sales managers get the data they need, and managers are who pay us in the end.
Okay, wonderful stuff. We have 48 seconds on the clock. Do we have, yes, indeed, a question immediately? Thank you. Question number 2.
Hi, yes, wonderful presentation. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, I mean, you mentioned that this platform is going to help the sales team to write, let's say, to fill the CRM alone. What is your accurate rate, or what is the accuracy in taking notes?
I don't think you would be asking that question if you had seen a CRM recently. So what we're competing against is humans doing it. And the accuracy of humans is incredibly low. Like the typical thing you'd find in a CRM is no data. And if there's data, it's very bad, right? That being said, our accuracy is incredibly high. When we look into what our system suggests, most of our users don't correct the data, and the data just goes straight into the CRM.
Fantastic. And with 5 seconds on the clock, that was absolutely perfect. One more time, a big round of applause for Sergio Gonzalez from Piper. Thank you. Muy bien. All right, my dear friends, you see why the judges are where they are, because they ask very insightful questions, and you get a glimpse into their expertise and how they are kind of thinking about each of the pitches to adjust their marking. Now, we are going to move on to our grand finale of the Enterprise Pitch Startup Competition right now. You may be familiar with AI, but are you familiar with Vision AI? This is absolutely mind-blowing stuff. We are delighted to welcome a company called Ultralytics from the United States, and they are enabling efficient AI access for everyone everywhere. This is not the first time I've seen this gentleman speak. I'm delighted to welcome him to the stage. He is the founder and CEO of Ultralytics. Please show your appreciation for Glenn Yoker. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Oysen. They've told me I've got 3 minutes up on this stage. So, what can we do in 3 minutes? Well, our users can use our product 1 million times around the world right now. What is that product? It is YOLO, the world's most popular computer vision AI. And what is the problem that we're solving? Well, over the last few years, AI models have grown in complexity and capability to the point where these days they can do some amazing things. But they've gotten so large that only a few key players around the world can really run them and can deliver value to you. This means that the AI revolution is not a revolution of the people, it's a revolution of a few enterprises and of the people with resources. And we'd like to change that. And that is exactly what we are doing with YOLO. YOLO models are small, they're fast, they're accurate, and they're effective. But much more importantly, they are accessible to everybody around the world. You can download your model, you can run it locally, you can train it yourself. And this is what we've seen the market wants. What exactly does YOLO do? So we put the boxes on these cars, we detect objects in images, we segment them, we do pose estimation, tracking, and the applications are really limitless. Here you're looking at the very latest YOLO V8 World V2 models. These are zero-shot promptable models doing brand identification for applications such as Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, where organizations want to see how often they appear in videos. We can also do oriented bounding boxes for satellite imagery, medical imagery, human pose estimation for fitness applications, and almost anything that you can do with your eyes, our models can also do, and you can train them to do specifically for what you need. We've gotten to the point here where we have hundreds of millions of usages every day, and users are training 2 million of our models on a daily basis, which is simply incredible. Compared to the rest of the AI field, we are dominating in terms of popularity and usage, including against large companies like Apple, Google, and Facebook, in terms of GitHub stars, and startups like Deci AI that just sold to NVIDIA for $300 million. The growth has been exponential over the last 12 months, and now we are financing and licensing this technology to large enterprises such as Procter & Gamble, Tesla, and Carrefour. We've crossed $1 million in ARR last year for the first time, which is very exciting, and we're here to line up contacts for a Series A early next year to take our growth into the 50 million ARR trajectory, to really take us into unicorn status, and to launch our SaaS tools to enable simpler, more effective, and better model training. And why can we do this? What is our unfair advantage? The community. We have an amazing team, but the community out there in the rest of the world, millions of people contributing back to the technology, is allowing us to do this. Thank you.
Muy bien. Muy bien. Okay, my friends, that was a fitting grand finale to the enterprise section. But do we have any questions from our panel of expert judges? It is completely possible that that presentation answered all of the questions. We have a question right away. Okay, thank you.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. Just wondering, the technology is quite broad. Understanding a bit specific use cases that you're getting more traction until now, just to understand any industries maybe. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. The question was specific use cases. We've got some very interesting anecdotal ones, but statistically speaking, the most traction we're seeing is in manufacturing with flaw detection, and also in retail analytics, queue management systems, theft prevention, and in the analytics themselves, where shoppers are going, what they're looking at.